and then you have him doing this behind the scenes. On top of that,
It looks bad.
It looks bad, and then on top of that, Fresh is simping for what I don't know if the woman is an escort or not. Apparently, when y'all know about the Fresh thing.
Yeah, he got the girl pregnant.
Fresh got this girl pregnant, right? Now,
bad
when they
look.
very first started,
This is new?
Yeah.
when they very first started talking, dudes, I don't know if y'all familiar with their channel, but like their chat, like don't necessarily be on their team. Yeah, their
Oh,
chat
for
will
real?
their chat will be in there to like expose them and whatever. So that's part of it. So the chat's like, yo, like Fresh is paying, 20 bands or 30 bands for jewelry for this escort, and he's falling in love, blah, blah. And then I saw this clip of Myron be like, she's not an escort, bro. She comes from a very, prestigious family, like from China, blah, blah, blah. Now he's back to calling her an escort. But Fresh took her to Barbados, which is where he's from, to meet the family. Now, me personally, like this chick looks crazy. Like that's my personal opinion. Like her breasts are way too big. Like she looks like a doll. Like she just looks.
Pull her up.
No, pull it up. She looks like a doll. I mean, I don't know. Maybe y'all, I don't know. Like she just looks crazy to me. So
What you mean? Maybe y'all. What you gonna say? Maybe we'll like her.
I don't know, man.
I think that we all have a similar.
I mean, I know Mel probably won't like certain things, makeup. I personally don't see the attraction.
If you think that she looks crazy as hell, we're probably gonna think she looks crazy too.
Like I saw a picture of her, Fresh, and her mom next to each other.
I need.
I don't know her name, so.
Okay. I mean, because that is,
No, that's a great picture of her video. But I saw a picture of her, Fresh, and her mom, and Fresh's mom. Right there, it is. And just look, her chest is just way too big. It's like, bro, what's going on? You know,
zoom in on her. That's Fresh's mom.
that's my assumption.
Okay. I mean, her chest is definitely oversized. Those are fake.
Of course
Her
they're
lips,
fake.
She got lip fillers.
Yes,
What
I
is
mean,
her? She's Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have features like that.
No, I mean she's got the.
I mean, other than her, I'm gonna look her up more later.
You're
but
saying other than the plastic, she looks fine.
no, that's not what I'm. No, I'm saying like she doesn't look like what I thought that she would look like.
Right, that's what I just said. That's why you was like, well, we got the same taste. I'm like,
When
no.
you said crazy,
She looks crazy, bro. When you're a slim Asian woman and your breasts are popping off your chest like that, it's like
I think that I thought crazy and was thinking of something different.
you were thinking of botched surgery.
I had an expectation of something different.
No, I'm just talking like you look crazy, like you've altered your body completely.
Here's the thing about Fresh. I don't know him. I don't truly know his background or anything. I can only go off of what I have seen and the interaction between him and Fit. Right? We all know that Fresh is the second man.
Myron.
Yeah. We all know that Fresh is the second man in this, and I don't know how they how they became friends or how they started things, but to me, the what I've gotten from the very beginning of watching them is that Fresh didn't always have women. He's short. I think that he used to be bigger than he is now because he lost weight, and he really didn't have what Myron had, right? Myron was a federal agent. He's tall, right? Brown skin. He's in shape, right? He's had a lot of experience with these women throughout his life, and I feel as though Fresh really just started to get women as he grew in his own business and then doing the podcast, and it was almost like he got that new money. And a lot of what it feels like is that a lot of his opinions, I'm not saying that they're not the same as Myron's, but I feel like some of it is kind of for the show, right? He'll say certain things because it's the right thing to say, but then maybe behind closed doors, I'm not saying he's being a hypocrite, but
That's what they're saying.
well, that's the energy I've always gotten from him, just watching and reading them.
Well, you're digging deeper, right? Because you're really going to judge a man off his words and his actions. You're digging deeper. So if you judge him based off his words and his actions, his words are, she's for the streets, she a 304, we don't wife these girls, blah, blah, blah. And then behind the scenes, he's paying, spending 30 bands on a jewelry.
Yeah, and why would you do that? Number one, you have the money, and number two, you've never had that before. So now it's like, listen, you could sit up here, right? Let's keep it 100. You can sit up here and you can say, Chris, me and you've had different experiences with women, right? Mel as well. We've all had much different experiences, and I can say that you have had more experiences in the sense of like dating women, as in taking them out and dealing with their personalities and yada, 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 right? I've had multiple experiences with women, but usually that's been like, oh, we're going out drinking, we're just having fun and da, 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 right? But you've been like dating them and we have different experiences. So if you have a woman that comes into your life and she's just like someone that is way up here, you may look at that and be like, I mean, I've dealt with women like her before, right? It's not that big of a thing, right? You can handle it, you may manage it a little bit more differently. If I start dealing with a woman and then all of a sudden I just randomly get this woman who's way up here, this is new to me.
I understand.
And that's how I feel like that's fresh.
And that's probably correct, because I would have a similar assessment. But that's not the argument. The argument is you have a platform and you're not practicing what you preach.
Well, what's the issue? I mean, he got her pregnant. I mean, well, are they dating? I mean, he's having sex with her.
He told her that he wanted to be with her, and this is what she said. She went on Abba and Preach and did an interview.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, because Abba, they got beef.
Yeah.
So he brought her on and did an interview. And apparently Fresh told her, like, yeah, I want to be together. Apparently he regularly comes in her, like that's what he does. She told him, like, you're not going to be so lucky next time. Like, you got to stop. And then apparently she wanted to move to Miami. She's like in New York, and she was like, yo, I need you to get me an apartment. And he was like, we should get a house. Everything is still so
he
up in the
love
air.
bombed her.
Yeah.
He love bombed her. Now, so Steven, kind of to touch on what you said, I think Fresh is a major love bomber. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So it's still in the realm of what you're talking about, but like he's not necessarily playing the nice guy role. Mm-hmm. He's a love bomber.
It almost sounds like, when she says they're contradictory. Well, first of all, they're not walking the same road. Let's just say that. They're on the same road, but they're on different sides of the street, if that makes sense. Right? She says, I want to move to Miami, so I need you to get me an apartment.
To be with him.
To be with him. In her mind, she's still separate. She didn't say, if we're together and you're moving to Miami and I live in Miami, she should be saying, well, can I just move in with you? Let me just move in with you. Let's be together. Right? That's not what she did. Right? She said, I need you to get me an apartment.
Well, we don't know why. We don't know why.
Right.
Because Fresh did tell her I'm with multiple women, blah, blah, blah. So it could she might have been like, can I move in? And maybe she did stay with him for a while, but it's cramping his style. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that could be part of it.
Do you think that he should? What do you think they should take care of the child, or he should take care of the child because she's pregnant? She's going to keep the baby.
How many months pregnant is she? Do you know?
I mean, they're at the beginning phase of it, and she's not getting an abortion. So
Myron's calling cap. He's saying that she's not really pregnant, but if he's coming in her, then you can't say. I don't know why he feels so strongly to say that.
Okay, but just say that she is pregnant. She's going to keep the baby. Do you think that he should? Like, even though it's a woman that you don't want to have a child with, or do you think
does he not want to have a child with?
I mean,
correct.
He talked on the phone, said, "Hey, get an abortion, get a pill, taking all that stuff."
Why is he coming in her then?
Well, that's
right.
what
these niggas
exactly.
Stupid.
Exactly.
These niggas are stupid.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like you're stupid.
Like, pull out. Or
if you want to listen, bro. If you y'all sit up here, see y'all, not y'all. You sit up here. And you talk about yada, yada, yada. You got all these girls. Number one, if you got all these multiple girls, and you're in Miami, number one, you probably should consider using some protection, right? If this is your main girl, you trust her, you know her background, right? You can still hit it raw, pull out, right? Like, and these dudes be up here like, oh no, I'll be pulling out. No, you don't. Pull out works. It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Definitely works. I know, like, people like to believe that if you don't have a condom and you come and you don't necessarily come in them, you can still get pregnant.
No.
Absolutely false. I don't care what science you have to back it up to say pre-cum can get people pregnant.
No, it can't.
No, cannot happen.
There's no sperm in pre-cum. It's because what's happened is men have lied to women for so long about saying, "Oh, I didn't know," or "Oh, I pulled out." Like, no, but what a lot of times what they'll do is they'll come and then just go right back in. It's like, bro, you still have semen inside of your shaft, right? Like, it's still there. So then you continue to have sex, and then now sperm is coming in the woman, right? Or they'll say that they pulled out, but they waited too long, and then some came out.
They ain't make it out in time,
right? And then now she's pregnant. Like, dude. Stop lying, because I had my son, and it was the one time I did not pull out, and I'm not gonna lie, it was intentional. I was drunk, but I intentionally did it, thinking, oh no, it's only one time, and sure enough, one time I did that.
Well, that's what is the magic here? Like, this is what people do. You come inside a girl, she's ovulating, boom, you're pregnant. It's it's so much infertility and sterilization and stuff going on that people have forgotten. Like, no, like that's all it takes that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Like, you take a dog in heat and a male dog, and they have sex, there will be puppies there 6 weeks later or whatever it takes for them to make puppies. So, yeah, I mean,
Mel, to answer your question, because I don't think we did, I apologize.
Not at all. We're going to.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So difficult.
I mean, it's not that difficult. I asked the question. You niggas went somewhere else, but it's fine. Go ahead.
It's part of the
did
conversation.
Steven do that?
I don't.
It's all good. You gonna get played, nigga. You know you gonna get played. It is what it is, nigga. We are the king of playing niggas. What do you mean?
Never get used to that. But you should take care of it. Like, I mean, of course, you sit up here and you have this platform and you yada 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 yada. You want to be masculine, all this stuff. Well, yeah, you step up and you take care of your child. Number one, make sure it's yours, right? You have a lot to lose, so make sure it's yours. But then also, if you love this woman the way you say you do and you're taking her to meet your mom and everything, well, maybe you should look at continuing to pursue a relationship for marriage. Or
right.
If these niggas aren't getting married, well, then you're just going to end up going on child support, because she's definitely putting you on child support.
Yeah, it's a wrap for that, because at this point, so like, and this is the deception of the woman too, right? It really goes both ways with this. It's wild. She calls the dude, talked about, I want to keep the baby, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, take the pills, go to the doctor. What are you going to do with me? Da, da, da. They have this whole weird conversation. And then she posts the conversation like the same night.
Bruh, she recorded the conversation and posted it?
and posted it.
She's a demon.
So at this point, it's like there's no marrying her. There's no getting back together.
Oh, so they're not together now.
They broke up.
Myron
is saying that the reason this all happened is because they broke up. Because Fresh didn't want to get her an apartment, and they broke up, and she went back to New York, so now she's pregnant is what's happening.
Mel, if you have multi-million dollars and you're in this situation and you're in Miami, let's say the apartment is a decent apartment, let's say it's $3,000, right? You're in Miami. You get a little condo. If you like this woman this much that you're public with her and you got your other little girls, but this is your main, is it that big of a deal to pay $3,000 a month for her apartment? They probably make that on one stream.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would just take care of the girl. Like, if I got her pregnant, I would, like, if I told her, like, hey, all right, I'll 3,000, whatever, let's just do it. I feel like a lot of people I think the perception that he'll receive from people is probably the pressure that he's under.
That's a good point.
Instead of just doing it. Like, bro, like, maybe she's an escort, whatever it is. Okay. Because there is videos of her, like, talking with some guy and it gives off like escort vibes or whatever. But they kind of like made the dude's voice like, you know how they hide the voice or whatever. So maybe she is an escort. If she gets pregnant, okay, we're going to handle this situation. Maybe he loved her. Maybe he had these feelings for her, because I think she's an attractive woman. Maybe she has these, plastic stuff that's not.
So you can see through the plastic?
Well, if I went to her and already see all this stuff and I like her and I'm getting.
But would you date her?
Me personally, no. I'm not attracted to that.
Okay.
But if this is what you like and you get involved with this woman and she happens to get pregnant, you promise all this stuff, I would be a stand-up guy and stick to my word. Like, okay, I will take care of this woman. We'll have it is what it is, because I was in a situation with a girl that I didn't like at all, who said that I was the father of her child, and I knew I didn't come in her. And I was like, fuck. Like, me just being who I am, I would never want to abandon a child simply because I didn't like this particular woman. Mm-hmm. So because of my decisions that I decided to make, I would, stand up and take care of this child regardless of how I feel about this woman. I wouldn't abandon my child because this woman and the child, yes, the child comes from the woman, but this child is an innocent soul, an innocent entity who has no saying about how they come into this world. And even though I didn't like this woman, I would take responsibility for that child. And I would, if I had the finances to take care of the woman who's taking care of the child, I would do it, But, in this case with Fresh, I don't think I think he's just crumbling under pressure.
I think he's trying to, I think the narrative is that he's trying to basically prove that he didn't get her pregnant. That's at least what Myron's saying. Fresh isn't really talking much because his lawyer told him to shut up. So
Myron's doing all the talking.
Myron's doing all the
talking. There's some videos here. I'm gonna have to watch.
Myron
these.
is going crazy.
There was this video I just popped up. It's silenced, but he's
animated.
He's going off on something.
Because Myron went through this a couple years ago, where some girl lied. Now with Myron, it was different. She lied and said that he got her pregnant, and I don't know. I haven't looked at that. I'm not privy to it. I just heard them talking about it. But so he's basically feeling like this is the same thing. Now, like I said, their audience, they go for him. They come at their neck. They even got smoke shows where the audience members comes on and downplays and talks about him and stuff like that. So he's getting upset at the comment and the chat and basically saying, y'all are falling for it again. You did this with me. You tried to, say whatever. Now, so that's that. Now, I think that Fresh should take care of the child, right? Like,
if it's his.
Yeah, of course, only if it's his. If she's actually really pregnant. That's the obvious answer, because she warned him, stop coming to me. He didn't stop. Maybe he did, and maybe that's why Myron's going so hard. I don't know. But, it's like, Red Pill isn't about abandoning children.
Absolutely not.
There's nothing wrong. I can't think of anything wrong with a guy making a mistake and owning up to that mistake. That's got to be the most Red Pill thing to do. Not trying to sweep the mistake under the rug. So I can't see where he gets backlash for doing that from the Red Pill community. It doesn't make sense.
I think that if anything, it would be backlash from not protecting yourself, right? And I think that as Mel stated, there's a lot of pressure from their own community and the world because of who they are and who they've created themselves to be. And maybe he didn't want to get her the apartment because maybe she is an escort, or maybe she had done some escorting, right? But
would you let an escort meet your parents?
No. Well, did I meet this woman as an escort? Like, there's so much I don't know. But if I'm okay, let's say this: if I met a woman, and let's say that she was an escort, whether I met her at the bar or I hired her myself, and then I fell in love with her, right? I deem that she loves me, right? Maybe she's like, hey, listen, I'm still having my clients, but baby, I want you, right? Whatever the case may be. Number one, I'm going to fight allegations because it's shameful. And if I genuinely love her, he had to fly her to Barbados to meet his mom, right? She's not right. Yeah, that's a big deal. So the only way I'm going to do that is I have to love this woman. And whether she's an escort or not, if at this point I already love her and I've decided I want to be with you, then yes. But that's if we are already in that situation. Me personally, if I know that you're an escort, it's a major turnoff.
Yeah,
So
moral of that story is don't come in women if you don't plan on having children with them.
yeah,
You know, and if you end up bussing and then they end up conceiving, hey man, you got to make sure you take care of that seed.
unless she's on some sort of she's on some sort of birth control or something. Even then, I'd be nervous. But
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I don't trust it. I think Mel made look whether she's on the pill, whether she has the device.
Maybe if I have a condom on.
If you don't see her as a good mother or someone you can have children in, don't come in them. It doesn't matter what kind of birth control they have, because you're the ultimate decider at that point. All those devices are 99.9. That 0.1 or whatever is left over, that could be your fate, and you get so. Yeah, just don't come in those women.
And it's a common thing where celebrities end up getting chicks pregnant. It happens all the time with athletes, with rappers, and all these stuff where
there's a reason.
they get these models, supermodels, and all these escorts and chicks pregnant, and then they end up having to take responsibility from them. That's what happened with Drake. She was a porn star, and then
Because that thing, they was probably having a great time, and then he just was like, man, just one time, and there it is. All it takes.